Is that an Arcana? I'm not sure what it counts as. I'm just thinking of the things that you can like buy that aren't through Battle Pass. It's like Ogre, Pudge, Jug, Monkey King, Crystal Maiden. I feel like those are all pretty good. Rubik, Zeus, SF, EB, LC. I feel like those are all pretty damn good.
Unwarranted. No sorceries avail.
No, I think it should be fine considering they've got the enchant available. It's
Where are you going?
highly undervalued and often forgotten about. Like, they've got this Blightstone onto KP already, and he is...
Not happening.
The Sisters of the Veil honor your death.
I mean, he doesn't have 1 point. He went for the Whirling Death, so... The Ring of Protection, not enough to save him from the Blightstone, just cancels it out entirely. Certainly very close, missing everything with the tornado. And DJ actually going for the enchant instead. Sorry, the Nature's Attendants. Just 1 point, just to be able to constantly harass out Tims. He's doing his best to see the Sentry Ward is there from Tims, blocking out the creep that DJ might be able to have. See KP, he's just like, please let me have level 3. And he's stacking. I think the Orb of Venom on Timber is actually pretty decent. It just means that, oh, getting rid of their own server ward, but no, Tims is going to be able to grab it.
The armor of omniscience.
Well, just shows the effectiveness of that, right? You're forced to turn around because it's a 180 health conversion, essentially, right? You're healing yourself for 90, they're taking damage for 90. Like, they're very confident with that. Waiting for 1 more point in order to feel a little bit more confident to perhaps go for kills themselves, unless they dive under the tower. I mean, of course, paired with this fence, such an OP combination.
Come get healed.
DJ, he went for the courier kill. It might end up costing him. Those Nature's Attendants could end up helping. Oh, just the slower the body blocks from Raven. Really nice team play coming out there from Fnatic.
Ooh.
Tree hugger.
And that is a bounty rune picked up on both sides. It should just be a 2-for-2 trade, but Febby actually invading, being able to snag that one away from the Snapfire, who is none the wiser, heading there being like, oh yeah, Just going to be able to grab a new one. Oh. Oh. They're pinging it out, saying, well, as play by Febby there.
Demon gold.
Yeah, despite going up against a Timbersaw though, that first blood, oh sorry, not the first blood, the kill in lane, a lot of work for Raven. He's sitting at the top of the net worth by about 400 early in against a Timbersaw, so you have to be loving life right now. The positive though is the stacks are starting to build up for TNC. You can see multiple in the triangle area, and to me it's more of a question of when is this invasion going to happen. It might even be a case of the first Mortimer's Kisses aren't actually used for a team fight. It's used to take away a lot of that farm potential from TNC.
Dire's middle tower is under
TP up
attack.
top? Well, there's a full wave going underneath his tower.
Healing power.
You don't have the start.
Surprised they went at that point on the Snapfire, because there was a wave that had just gone underneath the tower. Thought he might look to finish that one off because, I mean, let's be real, kpie's never going to leave the lane. DJ, mana drained completely. Oh, nice cookie. Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire are
You say that, Tim's stacks them up again. I think he ended up taking the hard camp himself, just making sure that he's keeping up with all of the experience that he's just handing over to KP, who's already level 7 now.
Better not
He's
fall
starting to invade a little bit here. Gabbi's going to need to back off a little bit. He might be looking to go towards this, top the God Strength actually, so probably can't go and take the stack just yet. Febby, he's going to go down though.
Total.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So I think what we'll be seeing next on at least
Radiant's
TNC's
bottom
side
tower
is
has
in
fallen.
about a minute or so, probably a bit less, they're going to start making movements to be playing a bit more aggressively on Fnatic's side of the map, because that's when the next God
Dire's
Strength is going to be
middle
up.
tower
He
is
should
under
be level
attack.
7 then on the Sven. We actually just reached it, so he's just going to be able to, you know, take the stack for himself as well as pick up his own bounty rune. They're not going to need to worry about that all too much, and by making that aggressive movement, there's no way they can go in and take away that farm from the Sven. So I'm keen to see when this group up's going to happen. How long can Febby just stand down here without, you know, just immediately resigning himself to death? Let's see. Moon, he's hungry for him a little bit.
Get up.
No, they're being aggressive here. They're making the movements to try and make something happen either against KP or to make this movement into the triangle against the Sven.
Radiant are scanning.
Regeneration.
A soldier's fortune.
Yeah. Drawn on the map as well, they're like, he's farming here right now, but too late. Gabbi tried for the extra stack as well, but there was one cheeky dragon that just didn't move, so ended up wasting about 20 seconds of his time, but he's still doing perfectly fine, getting a couple of levels just from that stack. That's pretty good timing. If you're not going to get punished, why not?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, this is the other thing as well with the PA picking up such an early Battle Fury. Like, the Sven just took the first big stack of Ancient Camps, but he's still quite reliant on the God Strength to make anything happen. Whereas PA doesn't need all that much of anything, just the Blur to be off cooldown, essentially.
Dire are scanning.
I will put you to good use.
Into the black seas of infinity.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. They've got a lot of kill potential just with Moon and DJ, to be honest, although this mid lane, if you're going to go searching for kills, you're giving up a lot of your information, especially taking away this ancient stack on Raven. IO has to be there to be able to make it a reality. Like you mentioned, that Naked Battle Fury means that you're just resigning yourself entirely to farming. There is no teamfight potential unless it literally falls into your lap. Or catches him. Wow. Surprised that they didn't commit even harder onto that. No disruption used. It's leveled up to level 3.
Heal us.
I feel like you don't need it quite as much because you've got the Omni Knight, which, you know, doesn't quite fulfill it entirely. Yeah, DJ's dead. But you've also got, like, the Heavenly Grace means that you're not caring all that much about, you know, all these stuns and everything else, right? It's just going to be lasting half the time on you, essentially, with all that status resistance that the Omni's providing to you. So I think you can just go straight into an Ags and be that initiator, allow KP to perhaps be following up on things. They found Moon. Oh! Were they going in? Yeah, and that's more bounties as well going for them. They probably should snare all 4. Sven, he's just continuing to farm, make his slow rotation around, and getting onto the back lines. This could still be a team fight that goes in favor of TNC, even though they used a fair amount of their ultimates there, Guardian Angel in particular. The bait.
A bit more study and it could have been a half-wit.
The armor have on mission.
Gabby's just standing there. And they're going a Silver Edge here onto Gabbi. So just wanting that way to get through a lot of the passives. Or, I mean, I guess it means you can man mode against the PA a lot more.
This takes me back to my days as a road agent.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Silver Edge now complete. Right. Blocking up the camp again on with DJ, just with his ghost.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed.
Armel, he has no defense now though. Sven's coming. They can see him.
Triple kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, a little bit too late, and of course that sentry ward providing a lot of information doesn't clip onto the high ground, but actually it being there reveals the Sven just as he's able to walk on through. The ghost, of course, getting him a couple of times. Not just the movement slow, but the attack slow as well, lingering into that fight. Yeah, just enables that Slido even further. It means that you can start to pair this IO with the PA. You know, PA's got a few items as well that are going to enable her to just transition a lot easier. That Desolator finished up. She's going the BKB. She doesn't need any sort of Aghanim Scepter. There's plenty of damage. They're definitely not lacking for it right now. It's just a game of survival.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, they thought that they backed off with that smoke, but
attack.
staying there. You can see there's a few rotations that are happening. With this Boots of Travel, Moon has the luxury of making this play in the mid lane, just getting out a little bit further. A couple of bounty runes should be going their way.
It's not playtime.
Really starting to ramp up.
Double damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm liking this build from KP as well, by the way. Going into the Guardian Greaves, he just wants to purge off that corrosive haze immediately.
Radiant are scanning.
It's kind of weird, right? Like, most of the time you want to avoid the damage, but I feel like KP's job is to soak up a lot of this damage, right? And he needs to just be present in the fight, so there isn't a better option. And so I feel like the Yules, it takes you out of the fight. I know it's only 2.5 seconds, but with this level of Dota, that is enough to swing further in your opponent's favor. Damage though on Gabbi, and with that Silver Edge it means that even if it does get to the super late game, he has the potential to just man fight this PA.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Come on, guys! Oh, so just.
Masaros is on his own. Jabz is gonna die.
Triple kill. Fear not heresy.
Oh, yeah, super fast. It just, yeah. It's pretty deadly, and with the Silver Edge as well, they've even got some late game potential as well, just to be able to man fight against that PA. Oh, they try it.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No sorceries avail.
Important thing for Fnatic though, they didn't lose their two main cores. I feel like with Snapfire it's important to continue to scale. He's going into the Blink Dagger next. We've seen in the European region the E-Blade be a much more common pickup for the Snapfire, but there's just no combo potential with the rest of your heroes, so by wanting to avoid it, just going for that Blink Dagger to be able to quickly close the gap, escape when you're making those kind of aggressive plays like he just did to try and disrupt the Roshan. I think once he does pick that up, next thing could probably be yeah, he's going into the Daedalus. I was going to say MKB, but now is where you want to go for your damage item, because level 20 is when you start to use your attack damage.
Something dire this way.
Did I hear a squeak?
And now is where the armor starts to become a factor for TNC. We can see KP's got the place mail queued up, so probably going to be going into a Lotus Orb for that one there. If he can reflect some of that onto, that's going to be hugely impactful. And the AC as well. Gabbi's looking to prioritize that one, not just for himself and the attack speed, but also just prevent someone on his team from being one shot.
Clear cutting.
No glyph for 10 seconds. They might be able to even take out this top tower if they're really quick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here come the TPs.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Nice sentry. See you later.
I take that.
The deer in the woods is able to get away though. DJ just hugging that tiny little bit of vision.
Not in games.
Radiant are scanning.
Soldier's fortune.
It's just a farm accelerator, you know?
Be fearless.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, definitely going to become a factor. And Febby actually changing up his game plan a little bit, going for the Ghost Scepter now instead of finishing up that Solar Crest, realizing that, look, if I live, Sven's going to be better off, as opposed to just having the Solar Crest, which feels like, sure, you've got the initial burst potential, but I feel like this is just much safer to have, you know. Masaros' job for a lot of the time is to find Febby and try and make Febby's life as horrible as possible. Locate's coming in. Just farming. A little low on mana on kpii. Oh.
No sorcery.
Armel's dead.
Death at my hands is an honor.
Part of us all.
Where are you going?
Die back.
Already did the front of that one.
The dodge? Oh.
The next label play. The next label play.
It feels bad as someone that likes to prioritize, you know, the style of heroes like the Medic and Team Fortress and things like that. It's just priority number one, you know, and both teams have been pretty good at executing that sort of strategy. Omni Knight down towards the very start, even using the Mortimer's Kisses to make sure that they can ensure. Because right now, this game is all about Gabbi and Raven. Everyone else is just supporting.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If TNC make a rotation right now, they're going to be in a really good... Gabbi, he's gone into the MKB next, doesn't have it just yet, so PA only level 19 and 3/4. Hasn't made the decision of whether to go that Blur Evasion or Armor Corruption. I feel like if they were to make the rotation prior to that happening without the MKB, there's still a chance that Fnatic could turn it around, but Gabbi goes right now with the rest of his team. He's just picked up the AC, he's got a Mindbreaker. He is easily dealing out the most damage in this game right now. And Raven, with that lost fight, realizes that, look, they've probably got a lot of money. MKB's probably got... So let's just go in all in on our armor. Go on the -3 at level 20.
Go!
Ooh, I'll have to come back here.
Invisibility.
Hunting bounties.
He's level 2. That cooldown reduction, extra impactful. He's close to his Shivas too. We're seeing a lot of plate mail items this game around. We've got C, we've got all the armor onto KP as well. Man, he has gotten super lucky with these natural items. He had the Ironwood Tree for the early game, just enabling him to get all these extra pickoffs, and now the Craggy Coat. Not really caring about the attack speed, just wanting to avoid getting popped at the very start. So he's reached that critical mass. And with Fnatic, they're needing Masaros to be this true third core, right? He's not a supporting cast member for that, right? You can see just with his item builds going, he can't afford to go a Lotus Orb. He just needs to be able to dish out damage, blow up the Omni Knight, blow up the Shadow Demon first.
Wicked sick. An honorable day.
The burst. It's gone. Oh.
Triple kill. You look stunned.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
What?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
I was thinking when TNC was starting to make that that little bit of a retreat straight after the Guardian Angel, like, well, what are they doing? Because DJ had just fought back. That's the only way that they had to deal with the Guardian Angel at that point. So they were fine just to continue the fight, but just waiting out that BKB, baiting them in that little bit more by that hunger for blood that Fnatic have, and that BKB running out just at the worst time, diving in, connecting onto 2, and yeah, there's not too much you can do against a Sven Omni Knight combo when you come online like. By the way, Sven can now cast Stormhammer from the other side of the map.
Fallen to the radiant.
Fatality.
That telescope. And he's got the Abyssal Blade. And with another kill, he'll probably have level 25. She's got Relic.
Fear nothing.
Pick off the Shadow Demon first. That is the plan. But you can just see Tibbs is nowhere near the fight. He's like, well, I'm a little bit more. Their vessel.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Straight for throne. No glyph.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed. TNC Predator. Victory.
See, we're not just TNC fan, right? Like, it was a good draft, and, well,